Hello. Welcome to the Ink to Film podcast from WorldCon Seattle.
Yep.
This is technically day 2
It is.
for me, day
Yep.
1 for you.
Yes.
You came in last night pretty late, but we've been doing some stuff. I was on a couple panels. I've got more later tonight, chatting with former guests we've been running into in the halls.
Yep.
We're going to try to get a couple people to come talk with us, either here or just somewhere else.
Yep.
So you'll see in this video whether or not we were successful.
And this will be our bonus content, hopefully, for
Yeah.
the month of August. And we are doing a live show with Martha Wells for Murderbot Season 1, which we're hoping that everything goes well as far as the AV with that, and we can get
tomorrow.
that recording out.
Hopefully it goes well. I don't know.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
How are you enjoying WorldCon?
It's awesome. It's really cool. This is a Seattle convention, center? It's a very
Seattle
nice
Convention Center, yeah.
It's a very
Very cool.
nice venue. Seen tons of former guests, tons of new faces and stuff. Went to some panels that you were on.
George
and
R. R.
stuff.
Martin was at a restaurant
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, he was. I saw him from afar, but no interaction.
Yeah, not yet. Anyway, so we're going to go try and find some former guests, see if we can catch up with them. Stay tuned.
Valjean, at last we see each other plain. Monsieur le Maire, you wear a different name. Whatever, yeah.
Before you say another word, Javert, before you chain me up like a slave again, listen to me, there's something I must do. This woman leaves behind a suffering child. There's none but me who can intercede. In mercy's name, 3 days are all I need. Then I'll return.
You must-
I pledge my word. Then I'll return.
You must think me mad. I've hunted you throughout the years. A man like you can never change. A man such as you. We're not going to do the whole thing, are we?
Don't leave me hanging. All right. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, has Ink to Film done that one?
Not yet.
I mean, it's very. This is the time to do
we
it.
have to
20-part show.
now you have to do the interview with Curtis. Hello, Eric. We are at WorldCon 2025. You were a guest. We looked it up. What was it, 2021?
Yeah.
So it's been 4 years.
It's been a minute.
We are checking in with our former guests and curious to know what you've been up to over the last 4 years and what you got going on.
I mean, that's a long time. There's been a lot. I think, we were talking about stories and writing and stuff. I've had a bunch of short stories come out. I signed with a literary agent.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Joshua Bilmus is a pretty good guy to be a literary agent. Went to some pretty cool writing workshops since 2021. Graduated Viable Paradise. It's been a very good 4 years, I guess. Maybe you guys are the good. Maybe you, personally, like it was fine. Thank goodness there was a global crisis.
Yeah.
No, maybe you guys were good luck charms.
I like to think so.
It all started to turn around after I was
Green
on
Knight.
the podcast.
Green Knight,
Yeah,
right?
there we go. Yeah,
Very cool.
Green Knight did it.
I hear that you are considering or maybe already underway launching a podcast.
Yes, and I have to thank both of you for asking you advice. I'm going to start
happy to give it.
I'm going to start a podcast. The URL is bookbarkerpod.com, which is just a placeholder until we get more information up. It's going to be a podcast about what inspired people to write the books and what you can take from those books to find other books. I need to work on the elevator pitch, folks,
Very
but
clear.
it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited.
It's also very nice to meet you in person for the first time.
Yeah, man, it's
cool to
great.
be
I
here at
mean,
WorldCon.
I've been a fan of the podcast and obviously appeared on the podcast,
Yep.
but now I can actually identify your height
Right,
and
yeah.
we can interact in 3 dimensions. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. So the convention's been great for you.
It's been a
overall?
great
Yeah.
convention. It's been exhausting, but it's been excellent.
Any highlights?
I've met so many people.
Yeah.
I can't pick any individual highlight without feeling like it's not nothing else is a highlight. Let's see. It's
Surely you came to a panel that I was on.
Yeah,
That was
sure.
the highlight.
That's the thing. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, honestly, Ink to Film interviewing Martha Wells is kind of a highlight
it
for
out.
all of us. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
All right,
All right, I'll give you your money later.
thanks.
All right, thanks. Hello, Fonda.
Hi, everyone. We're at WorldCon.
So we were looking back, and I'm pretty sure you are the most frequent guest we've had on the podcast as far as number of episodes.
Do I get that distinction?
I feel like
Yeah, we should have had
Do
something
I
to
get?
give you.
or something.
Yeah, I feel like I should get something for
Definitely, yeah. We are curious what you've been up to since last being on the podcast. Obviously, you're quite busy, quite prolific.
I try to be. Let's see. I was last on the podcast for Dune Part 2. We had a great discussion about that. That would have been last year. Since then, I have turned in my next adult science fiction novel. So that will be coming out next summer. So summer 2026.
Very exciting. I was hearing some about that this morning.
I did a
Sounds
reading
awesome.
from it this afternoon. It's called The Last Contract of Isako, and it's my like cyberpunk thriller, Kurosawa-inspired, dystopian sci-fi. So yeah.
I have loved this convention, but my only big bone to pick with them is just that they keep scheduling my stuff at the same time as things I really want to go to, and your reading was one of them. Couldn't go to it. So bummed about that, but
well, same. I was in something when you guys were interviewing Martha Wells on the big stage.
Likewise,
so
right?
likewise.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff that's been happening here.
Yeah.
I think that's just what's going to happen. You had that. You had your Breath of the Dragon, right?
I did.
Also?
Yeah, Breath of the Dragon came out. So that is a young adult fantasy. It's the first in a duology. Came out in January, and it was co-written between me and Shannon Lee, who's Bruce Lee's daughter. So that came about really fortuitously. She reached out to me and said, first of all, that she's a big fan of fantasy, which I didn't know, and that she wanted to collaborate to write a fantasy series that was inspired by her father's life and philosophy in his films. And then we put together a pitch, and it became a real thing.
Yeah,
and
I went
now
to
the
your.
first book is out.
I think it was your first, your like book launch at Powell's in Portland, or like Cedar Hills Powell's, right? Yeah, it was such a cool event. So excited for you, and like I don't know, you've been like blowing up even more, if that's possible. I saw
mean,
that book's getting a lot of attention.
Speaking of film adaptations, we're in the process now of like shopping the book around to people in Hollywood.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, as we all
and
know, things can evaporate, but
never
like
know.
sometimes they happen and they're great. So
yeah, but I'm also grateful because Shannon has so much experience in that field, having produced Warrior and obviously having had like her family in Hollywood for generations. So we'll see.
That is so
we'll
cool.
See.
That's such a cool
Fingers
project.
crossed.
How's this con been for you? What has been some of your favorite things?
Yeah. It's
Meeting
been
with the
hectic.
fans, I
It's been
assume, right?
Absolutely hectic. Meeting the fans is always the highlight, but really for me, it's being back in the Pacific Northwest and seeing like every writer that I know from the area here, and the delightful but somewhat frustrating experience of being like, I haven't seen you since 2018, and like trying to catch up with everybody. But just the vibe, the energy. I mean, it's in a really cool new big space.
yeah, it's great.
And just like there's always like 5 things you want to do at once at all times.
Do you have anything left on the schedule at this convention?
I only have one more panel. It's on building your YA squad, and that's tomorrow. But
nice.
I'm pretty much otherwise done. Did my reading, my signing, and a few other panels.
I was able to go to one panel you were on earlier. It's the world building one you did.
Right.
And I made first off, I wasn't scheduled with anything against it, so that was good. But then I was like, I really want to go to that because that's like where I'm at with my book right now, doing a lot of world building, and it was super useful.
Oh, good.
So I loved that. It was one of my highlights, honestly, was that panel.
Oh, gosh. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, just again, thank you so much for coming on so many times to our podcast, and we'd love to have you again. There's another Dune coming out, so I think we would love to coordinate with you at some point for that one.
I'll totally come back on and talk Dune Messiah. That'll be really exciting.
Awesome.
And it's great to see like everything you guys have been up to at this con too. Like
Thank
the
you.
Martha Wells interview was massive, and
Yeah, thank you so much.
great.
It's also just great to meet you in person. It's the first time I'm seeing you in the flesh space. Yeah.
I know.
So
We've
cool.
like been in across the Zoom screen
Hours
so
of
many times.
conversation. Yeah.
Exactly.
So cool. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Hello, Remy and Curtis. You just regaled us all with a wonderful performance. But
That's gonna be the lead into the podcast, right?
yeah, for sure. So, how is your con going? We are at WorldCon 2025 here in Seattle, so not too far for us. It was a quick drive, but how's your con been? We're on Saturday, which is like the last full day.
Can I just describe to the listeners or viewers, like we are looking at this epic view
Cityscape.
Yeah, it's like we're way high up in the Summit Convention Center.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see it.
You don't get to see it.
Maybe we'll include a picture or something. But it's beautiful.
So this is the book part, not the film part.
That's right.
We're describing to you like
Yeah, where's you gonna be here, man? Like,
So cool.
yeah, this is like the 5th floor, the top floor of the convention
Yeah.
center, and it's the new addition. So,
Great convention center. This
yeah,
is
no,
maybe
it's just
my
been
favorite
a great
one.
space for WorldCon. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like my favorite one I've ever been to, I think.
Like if Seattle, like if we were going through the apocalypse, we would just have this front row seat for all of it.
This
It'd be pretty cool,
would be
yeah.
the spot to watch it from, for sure.
We could defend it long enough.
So we looked back through our coverage. Let me remember. So Curtis, you were on for John Carter, Princess of Mars.
Yep.
And that was back in January of 2020. Little did we know what we were about to go
Yeah.
through.
Wow.
But what have you been up to since then? Have you released anything? Do you have anything you want to talk about that
right.
maybe our listeners might want to know about?
I released the 3rd Kangaroo book, True Blue Kangaroo, and I got the rights. That's not important. Books 1 and 2 are also out in paperback. Waypoint Kangaroo and Kangaroo 2 TOO, and so they have new covers, and I'm really happy with them. We kind of came up with a new concept for the graphic design for the covers for the whole series, and I'm working on more books in that series.
Awesome.
And also short fiction. I am back on the board of SIFWA, so that's been interesting. That's another podcast.
That's another podcast.
Okay, Remy, what about you?
Oh, let's see.
No, so you came on also in 2020, but it was
Yeah.
October. So you at least knew some of what was going on at that point. It was for Lovecraft Country. But we were also just talking about that you have been on 4 times,
Yeah.
which makes you one of our most
Wow.
frequent guests we've ever had.
Yeah, I'm actually remembering because we were doing Lovecraft Country after all the BLM protests started.
Yes,
so
correct,
that was intense. Yeah, I mean the interview. I mean, of course, the protests were intense in the best possible ways. What have I been doing? Been working on myself.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Yeah.
And community. I have a couple of short stories that have been published since then, or I think about 4, but 2 that I want to call attention to. Cozy Cosmic is the anthology. I have a story called Wet Dreams in Relia, and it's about found family among former cultists. It's a very heartwarming story.
I love it.
And then I have another one that's coming out in the Muddy Goose Guide to the Pacific Northwest.
I should have asked Eric about
and,
that. That's
yeah.
coming out like right now. He's the editor of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I have a story in there.
Oh,
a lot of our friends do. It's very
A
cool.
lot of
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
some familiar people
Yeah,
to the podcast probably.
Super fun anthology. The format's great. It's gamified anthology reading, and my story in that is about a Japanese American World War II soldier who's returning to Portland after kind of leaving because of racism and then returning to bury one of his grandma's bones in Forest Park near that one also has a witch castle thing. Yeah, there's it's dreams. It also has dreams in the witch castle. So,
Yeah. Certain recurring elements in your fiction, I'm noticing. Yeah.
But really quick, what I have been working on, I've served on SIFWA on the board of directors. I'm now on Clarion West, and if any listener ever wants to hear me go on and on about Clarion West, reach out. And the last thing is I got a master's, and so now I'm really ready to I'm working on a novel, a post-apocalyptic fungus novel,
Which I want to read.
yeah. And then a set of detective stories set in Edo period Japan by a former kabuki actor.
That sounds awesome. That's very cool. Well, I would like to say it's very nice to meet both of you in person for the first time.
Yeah.
How is this WorldCon here, 2025, treating you?
I just want to say your beard is like 50 times more epic in person than it is
I appreciate
on
that.
Zoom. Yeah.
Thank you, Remy.
Yeah, no, the con's been great. I realized that it's been like 7 years since I attended a WorldCon in person. I
Wow.
think the last one was like 2018 in San Jose, I want to say, California.
I was at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us were. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't go to Glasgow last year, and that was kind of a bummer, but for a bunch of reasons, I just didn't want to travel. And yeah, no, it's been really great, seeing a lot of people and catching up.
Any particular moments stand out, or anything that because I know you taught, and you've been on some stuff. Anything really stand out?
I had a really good workshop on genre mashups, and my
Love
big
genre mashup.
takeaway from that was bones and frosting,
Oh yeah.
which you can ask me about at the bar or like just
You did tell us about that last time.
yeah.
talk to me later. That's another podcast. And I just did moderated the panel on new and emerging voices in science fiction.
Oh,
so there were 4 panelists, and they gave a lot of great recommendations. And like these are people with new stuff coming out, or people who have been like putting out a bunch of really interesting short fiction. So keep an eye out for the next thing. And earlier today, I moderated another panel on writing commercial IP for fun and profit. That was the title. It's like writing media tie-ins, and I've done like an Alien versus Predator story, so I got to dish a little bit about that. And the other people have done like stuff with Marvel and Star Wars and Power Rangers and DC Comics, and so we talked. Honestly, that panel could have gone on for like multiple hours because like there's so much there just to talk about. Not just what is the experience of that as a writer and as a professional, and how does that all work, sort of process-wise, contract-wise, but also just the fun of it. I think was really cool because like you're getting to write like Wonder Woman or Superman or like write a Star Wars novel, right?
Yeah,
like
that does sound fun.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then, and you have these certain constraints, but then within those. Inside that sandbox, like you're still allowed to like come up with your story and like your kind of take on that universe. And that was kind of my experience with the AVP thing, where like I wanted to do something a little different than a lot of the stuff we have seen in the Aliens versus Predators crossover universe. But I will say, someone still owes me money because my story in anthology featured. Okay, I'm gonna pitch it right here for y'all. This is the pitch that sold the story because I didn't write it first. They wanted to pitch it from us to like sell the anthology to the studio to get the license. So my pitch was, so it's an AVP anthology, right? So like, what is more dangerous than one killer alien monster? Did you say 2 killer alien monsters? No, you're wrong, James. The answer is a teenage girl with a grudge. So that was my concept. And so someone owes me money because since then they made Prey. They made Alien Romulus.
Excellent.
And
Yeah, and you don't want to have to owe Curtis money. It's a dangerous place to be.
yeah, Remy knows what's up. Like.
So Remy, same question. Anything stand out from the convention?
I've sat on a number of panels and done some moderation, but I think rather than go into that, I'm coming away from this convention with this weird sense of hopefulness. Here, like for the past few days, I've been just like surrounded by fans, by authors, by people in the publishing industry, and very few people are in the publishing industry to make money. So
It's hard to do.
yeah. I mean, don't let go of that hope. Please, I see people on the verge of tears out there.
You could feel it through the lens.
But so you have a bunch of people who really care about art, and they care about the world. They care about protecting people who need protecting, right? And seeing how they can do that through writing and through the arts and through the stories we tell about superheroes. About it's just so I'm just sitting here like almost like I've had multiple moments of just like total verklempt-ness, where I'm just like, wow, I'm in the presence of some really, really good human beings, talented, smart, articulate, capable of creating like punch in the gut sorts of narratives. But yeah, so I think that's the main thing that I'm coming away with is like, okay, I'm ready to jump out there. Like,
so if I can add on to that, like it's great, like seeing other writers here and like a lot of like famous authors, like Martha Wells was here, like you all interviewed her.
We have.
That's awesome. And like Shauna McGuire had like a huge autograph line the other day. But also like just the fans and like the people who are just readers and and sometimes like those folks know so much more about like the genre and the history of everything, and like just having conversations with anyone around here about anything related to science fiction, fantasy, like horror, just weird stuff. Like it's just really cool.
Oh, that makes me feel great. It's been lovely. This has been James's first WorldCon, so I feel like it's been a good introduction. This has been such a fun one. It's been chaotic for us. We've had so much we've been doing, but it's been lovely. You're totally right. It does feel that way. So
and everything that Remy said is how we feel about all of our guests. Thank you both for coming on. That's how we feel about you as well.
No, it's our pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Have a good rest of your con.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Hello, Jessie Kwak. How is your WorldCon going?
It is going just fine. Yeah, it's been really fun. Just a lot of friends and friends that I don't get to see very often, which is always great.
It's always the best part. Any highlights so far?
The people, just the people that I've gotten good conversations
To
with.
meet James in person?
Yeah,
I'm
getting
so
to
excited
meet James in person
to
was
meet
pretty great.
you in person. Yeah, very cool. You came on our podcast in 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
December.
Expanse.
Yeah, for The Expanse.
For The Expanse.
Nothing relevant has happened since then. But what have you been working on? What have you been excited about? Tell us.
So actually, I was writing sci-fi when I was on the podcast with you guys, and I was probably, if it was 2019, I think I was just wrapping up my first sci-fi series. So since then, I've written another whole series, and then I am working on thrillers now, like just straight contemporary thrillers with like not even spaceships in them. So
Wow.
it's pretty fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're like
Do
set in
you-
the Pacific Northwest.
Doing a little bit of both. Like, are you missing some of the sci-fi, or are you like, I'm horror now?
I miss that I can't just make up all the details wholesale. Like, I have to learn what does the Pacific County Sheriff's Office actually do in response to finding a body in a cranberry bog, those sorts of things. Like, I can't just wave my hands and be like, nobody can fact check this. People can fact check this now. I miss that, but it's also fun. I like the research.
I guess it probably depends on how it goes, but do you feel like if it goes well, like that's where you're going to stay, or do you think you're going to dabble in multiple and come back to speculative some?
I think I will continue dabbling. Like,
Yeah.
I think I would probably stay there for a while because I do like, I love working in series, obviously. So I like creating a world and creating the characters and just living with them for a while. So I think, but we'll see. I mean, I miss my friends in sci-fi, like
Right.
my character friends. I get to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
so
we haven't quite ousted you yet.
I know
from
they didn't kick
from the
me out
group.
even though I started writing thriller.
Plus, I think thrillers, like you talk about genre blenders. I think Curtis mentioned that earlier. Like that's such a great genre to like all of a sudden you blend your thriller with any other speculative genre, and like that tends
Yeah.
to work really well.
And I was already, all my sci-fi books are, I would say, like sci-fi crime. They're basically already in that genre, just with spaceships and stuff like that.
Do you have anything else at WorldCon that you're scheduled for? Or are you kind of free now and just relaxing?
I actually, in about little under 15 minutes,
Oh,
have a panel on the non-human eye of the beholder. And so it's all about writing characters that are not human and writing from the perspective of just different creatures or non-sentient objects.
Yeah.
It should be really fun.
that sounds awesome. I wish I could go to it, but I'm going to be on a panel myself.
Yeah, it turns
But-
out like a lot of my short stories are from non-human perspectives. So
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Favorites from the podcast. Podcast.
Favorite from the podcast.
No.
What's your favorite episode?
Favorites
The
from the
Expanse.
convention. Favorite thing that you've done.
I think just wandering around the dealer's room is so much fun.
Okay,
like
great.
just getting to see everybody there with their cool earrings and Marvel comic stuff, and like the art is really neat, and
Yeah.
everyone's got dragon nail press on things. And you're just like, everyone's so creative. I love it. I
Very
love the
cool.
dealer's room here.
What do you think of the convention center?
This place is so gorgeous.
It's so cool.
Like,
this is my favorite one I've been to, I think.
Look at this.
It's
Look
amazing.
At this view.
Yeah,
This
can-
is so
you can
cool.
see it.
Yeah. This is incredible.
And
Yeah.
close to us. Not too hard to get up here.
Yeah.
Like they should have everything at this convention center, I think.
Yeah,
Or
love
in
it.
Portland. Portland would also be nice, but
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
I miss Seattle. I used to live here, so it's nice.
Oh,
to be
that's
back.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, we'll let you run since it sounds like you have a panel to do.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely make sure any books you have, I'll put them on our bookshop. So if anybody's curious, they can go on there and find them, assuming they're on Bookshop.
Yeah.
Usually they are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. So check out those books, and thanks for talking with us.
Oh yeah, thanks guys.
Always good
It's
to see
great.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jesse.
Cheers.
Hello. We are at WorldCon, and we have found Patrick Swenson, who joined us for Station 11.
Yes.
If you remember, it was a little while ago, but how is your WorldCon going?
It's going great. I have lost my voice already when this place is loud and trying to be heard. But yeah, it was only 4 hours yesterday, and I was nonstop sales, and today was great. So I have a lot of my authors here and brand new books, and the authors are here, so it's been really good. Haven't gotten out of this behind this booth much, but that's okay.
Yeah. So you're here representing Fairwood Press, which is your press, correct?
Yeah, Fairwood Press. I wear all the hats. So I do acquisition, I do layout and design, art direction, editing, PR.
Very cool.
And now I'm doing it after a year being retired from teaching. So now I'm going, how did I do all this before when I was teaching?
Yeah.
But I get to sleep in every day, which is great.
Great.
And I'm my own boss, and I get to set my own hours. And I'm also writing more, and I still run the Rainforest Writers Retreat, which Luke has been to a lot and loves. And so, yeah, Fairwood Press has been around 25 years now. And I did Tailbones magazine before that for 14 years. They overlapped a little. And yeah, it's been a process, a learning process too. So when you're wearing all the hats, you got to learn along the way.
And you told us you sold a lot of books, right? You're selling books like crazy.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot going off the table, so it looks like you're doing well.
Yeah, I've had people saying like, how come I'm only seeing you now? You're supposed to come visit. It's like, you were so busy I couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
It's like, good problem to have. But
Great.
no, yeah, I'm very happy with the sales.
So what else do you have at the con? You said you have a reading coming up. What's that for?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I have a reading tonight if I can read at 7:30. That's for the Grim Oak Press's Grimoire Anthology, and it's being hosted by the Northwest Speculative. Friends of mine run that, and that's at 7:30. I'm reading from that anthology.
A short story.
Yep, a story that's in there. I've signed probably about 25, 27, 28 of them here at the table. Because Sean said to all of his authors, then try and figure out a time to side of the table an hour here or there. And I was trying to tell him an email. So I'll be at the table mostly, but I could maybe get an hour here. He said, I'm going to be sending them to you. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And so between selling books here, I have to stop and sign books, which is another cool thing to do. So, and then Friday is Fairwood Press, Fairwood and Friends, a reading series too. I mean, there's people reading. I have 6 brand new books that are debuting here, and one that came in July, and they're all reading a short amount with some door prizes in between. Those are the only 2 programming things I have because I just can't get away from the table otherwise.
So it seems like you have more authors you're publishing nowadays now that you are retired and you're focusing on the press more. Is that true? Are you doing more titles?
Well, it's early. I think I did 10 this year, and it's been no more than 9 normally. So I haven't upped it a lot. As my sister says, like, you retired from teaching, but you still have 3 other jobs. This press, the writer's retreat, and my own writing. So I'm writing more and still do at the press. And yeah, so I'm not a full-time publisher still. I'm still part-time because I get to pick my hours and know what my limit is as far as how busy I can be. So, but I'm also getting more stuff, and I'm getting more agented submissions now as agents find that I'm a viable option for some of their writers who can't get in with the big 5. It's harder and harder for writers who've been in the big 5 but can't get back in there for whatever reasons, or new authors who haven't gotten in there that are really good.
Yeah.
So it really is nice.
It's cool to have that other avenue. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually I'm reading Slush. I'm reading agented submissions, and I have to make decisions.
Wow.
All right, Patrick. That's going to be our check-in with Patrick. But Patrick Swenson, he was on for Station 11. Check out that episode, and check out Fairwood Press for all these titles. There's a lot of awesome stuff here, and I'm sure your website has your own books on it as well, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does it, and you get to one site, and there's links to the other things I do as well. So
awesome. Thank you, Patrick.
And Elliott St. John Mandel, I've seen a first draft image on the of a book that she's working on. She's finished the first draft already, and I can't remember the name of it also. Exit's in the title, but I can't remember right now.
I'm looking forward to that.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of hers.
All right. Have a good WorldCon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hello, Kate.
Hello, Luke.
We are
Hello,
at
James.
WorldCon with Kate Ristau. You joined us for the Desolation of Smog in 2022.
Good year.
It's been it was okay.
It was not a good year.
Let's not exaggerate. I don't think we've had many good ones lately. But anyway, it's been a few years, and I thought this would be a cool opportunity for you to tell our listeners and people who might have enjoyed your coverage and what you've been up to. I know you don't do a whole lot, so I'm sure this will be a quick list.
Yeah, just
I'm
kinda
being
hanging
sarcastic.
out.
Kate does a ton. Kate does so many things. She's not going to be able to list them all, but what stands out?
So standing out, number 1, a couple of seconds ago in this interview, interrupted Luke. Number 2. So I'm now the president of the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association. So lots of really great transitions over there. We have a new executive director. I've had some fun publishing and like industry conversations, and we've seen a lot of really good changes happening over the last year. So lots of good things and lots of busy.
Amazing. Personal writing stuff?
Yes. So one of my favorite projects that I've been working on that I'm just going to keep talking about until I actually get it out in October, hopefully, is Mythwakers, which is a nonfiction middle grade book with Armin Tolentino, and he's a Filipino poet. We have our draft all the way done, and we're going into formatting. And it's about the Manananggal, which is a Filipino vampire that can separate the top half of her body from the bottom.
I love it.
It's totally
awesome.
horror, but we're making it for kids. So.
Very cool. Speaking of kids, I heard you were just with quite a few fairies.
Yes, quite a few fairies. So we're here at WorldCon, and I did a workshop on what you shouldn't say to a fairy. And so we sat there and we talked through like, what are all the different things you should say about fairies, and what are fairies, and should you call them fairies? No, turns out no. So we went through and had the kids role play what they would do, and then they role played it again, they role played it again, and they role played it. They're still role playing it. So
Awesome. Any other books? I feel like you had another book come out.
yeah, it's been a year and a half, hasn't it? Or 2 or 3 or 5.
Yeah, and it's been 3.
I'm bad at time.
Since 2022.
So in the last few years, I finished my Clockbreaker series, and
Yeah.
I also finished my Shadow Girl series.
Okay.
So kind of wrapped a bunch of things up, and then I have new things out with my agent and a few other things in process. So.
I'll make sure to add those to our bookshop if you're at all curious. But yeah, are you having a good con otherwise?
Yeah,
This is
it's
fun.
Great. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing a fun mix because like yesterday I did a 2.5-hour poetry workshop with Armin Tolentino, and Armin's the one who I've been working on the project with. So we already know each other and we know how each other works. But he is just like brilliant at poetry, and I got to talk a little bit more about like the poetry market and where you could kind of get your things published and what like the landscape looks like right now. And then write really good poetry. So
this is Saturday. It's like kind of I guess Sunday's the final day, but it's the last full day of the con. Do you have anything else you're looking forward to that you haven't got to yet, or you feel like you've gotten through most of the things now?
Okay, I got 3 things.
Three
so
things.
Number 1, I already forgot. Number 2, so I did poetry Mad Libs for teens, right? And
Right.
we did the first half hour of doing poetry Mad Libs, and the second half hour was Mario Kart. Totally related. It made sense.
Love it, yeah.
And then the next few things I have are poetry Mad Libs for adults. So we're going to need to get the Mario Kart from the kids' room.
Absolutely.
And then a fireside chat with Isis Asare, the new executive director of SIFWA. It's Sunday at 3. So that's our like last thing of the day.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's super fun to meet you in person for
You
the first
too,
time. Yeah. And thank you for joining us here.
Totally. Thanks for having me.
We are at WorldCon with former guest Daryl Gregory, who came on, we realized, in 2019. We had to look it up.
That seems insane.
Yeah, for The Watchmen, the graphic novel. We got to talk to you about that one. And then we watched the movie afterwards. But Daryl, how have you been? It's been 6 years.
It's been 6 years. And that was pre-pandemic, so the entire world was different. And here we are in person, probably giving each other COVID right now, but we've all been vaccinated.
I truly hope not. I truly hope not.
No, but life's been good.
Yeah.
Just been doing this, writing and whatnot. But I live in Seattle, so it was good to have the WorldCon happen in my hometown. I could take the bus down so I wouldn't have to park my car. And it's been a great weekend.
Amazing. And I hear you're doing a reading here in a little bit.
I'm doing a reading this afternoon from. Oh wait, this is when we do product placement.
This is
right?
when I teed him up for that.
Hi there.
Yeah,
So
we'll double check.
Read that off, James. What does that say?
When We Were Real.
When we were real.
By
When We Were
Daryl
Real.
Gregory.
That was out April 1st. Not a prank. We all found out 7 years ago we were living inside a simulation, and none of us got Matrix-like superpowers. Yeah, I pitched it to my agent as the Matrix, but just the boring parts.
Yeah. I went to a reading you did for this at a NorwestCon.
At NorwestCon.
And it's fantastic. So everybody should check it out. I loved it. It's great. Very
Thanks
weird.
for-
But I like
Yeah.
weird stuff. You read
That's-
some weird stuff, so it's perfect.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. So, and then when you reminded me like when we'd done this, how far ago, I realized there was another novel before this that I don't think was out called Revelator, which is Appalachian horror.
Yeah. Yeah. So we will add these to our bookshop in case you're curious about books. But otherwise, yeah, how's your con been?
The con's
Good?
been fabulous. I mean,
in your home now?
in my
Seattle?
home.
Yeah.
And it's funny, there's a bunch of Seattle people I only see at cons, and like we saw each other like, we should really do coffee on our own. But I really like the social part of it. But the most fun thing I did was like this. We did like a fantasy writing sort of series of 3 different panels on 3 different days. It's like on beginnings, middles, and ends. And then people kept, we kept adding people through the thing. And it was like doing a little mini Viable Paradise, which is where Luke and I met many years ago.
Yeah. Amazing. So great to see you in person. This is our first time meeting in person.
Yeah, I know. I finally get to meet James. I thought Luke had made you up, but so it's really good.
I thought it was AI all along.
Yeah,
well ahead of time.
Really thought you were an avatar, man.
I'm glad I'm real. All right, Daryl, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much,
Thanks
gentlemen.
for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your con.
All right,
Always
you too.
great to see you.
See you around.
Yeah.
Yes. See you later.
Look, physically real.
Yep.
All right.
Hello, Rachel. How you doing?
Hi, Luke. I'm doing super great.
We are at WorldCon 2025, and you're up for an award. You're up for the Hugo for Best Short Story.
Yes, I am.
We're all going to be pulling for you tonight. You're, in fact, about to be on your way to the ceremonies and stuff.
Seems that
It's
way.
so exciting.
I think it's right over there.
Half an hour, yeah. We'll start the reception stuff
Very
beforehand.
close.
Yeah.
This actually ended up being a really fun time to interview you. Are you excited?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's been super fun and a great build up to the entire event. I mean, I could have just stopped last night at WorldCon and it would have been a perfect convention, but now I get to go to a party and and I've been joking that even though I don't think I'm gonna win tonight, I have more of a chance than most people on the planet do right now. So
That's
I'm
true.
even if it's a 5% chance, I mean,
You're much more likely to win than me and James.
exactly, probably.
You're also my favorite to win.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. Yeah.
So how has the con been otherwise for you? We're on Saturday.
Yes,
So the last
yes.
full day.
Yes.
So we're pretty far into it. Are you tired? Are you
Exhausted.
so good?
Exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, which is usually the sign it's been a good con.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of reaching that point in the con where I can tell that all the sleep deprivation is starting to add up. But I think I've got one more night in me, and then tomorrow I'm going to go get on the train home, and I'll collapse like a dying
Same.
star.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we looked on our list. You came on for Frankenstein.
Yes.
2022. Which,
Yes.
by the way, there's a new Del Toro Frankenstein. Do you know about this?
No.
You haven't seen?
No.
There's a trailer and everything.
Do I need to?
You need to see it.
Okay.
It looks like he's going for a more faithful adaptation to the original novel. So
Wow.
He's got the bookends at the beginning,
Wow.
sort of seating it in the
With the Arctic
Pistol,
thing
yes,
and the
exactly.
yeah, all that, and it looks cool. So
Okay.
Anyway, we had you
I'm
on
sold.
for the original film. I think we did the James Whale film.
Yep.
And the novel several years ago though.
Yeah.
And since then you wrote another story that also was nominated for a bunch of things.
I
and I'm
did,
sure also
yeah.
a bunch of other
I
stories.
have.
And
Yeah.
let me remember, you also had an adaptation made for was it a story that was adapted into it? Remind me how that works.
Yeah. So I wrote for Secret Level, which is an Amazon Prime series.
Yeah.
It's like an anthology series, sort of like Love, Death, and Robots.
Right.
By the same production company. But Secret Level adapts short stories in different video games.
Mhm.
And so I was commissioned to write a story that became an episode for that, which is
That's
super
so
cool. I
Which
know.
episode was it?
It's the episode based on the video game Concord, which is a little infamous. And there's a
Really?
whole story there. Do you know
Okay.
about this
I
at
don't
all?
know anything
Okay.
about this.
So I don't know how to summarize this.
Okay.
Concord, basically PlayStation or Sony was developing it to be like a new AAA game.
Mhm.
They poured tons of money into it, which is one of the reasons why we made an episode for it for Secret Level. So at the time that I wrote the story, it was a couple of years before the game was going to be released. The game was released a couple of months ahead of Secret Level, and it came out, and it was a historic flop. So it was such a historic flop that it was
Such a
on the
historic
market
flop.
for
I didn't
2
know about it.
weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they pulled it. They refunded everyone's money who'd bought the game, and then they fired the entire game studio that produced it. And now my
wow.
episode is the only last existing content of this game that's left in the world. So it's kind of very bittersweet. You know?
That is a wild story. That is wild.
Yeah.
But congratulations on working
Thank
on
you.
something that got
Yeah.
adapted in that way. That's cool.
Yeah.
So convention-wise, favorite things that you've done? Things that are standing out right now? I mean, you're
yes,
probably this
yeah.
that you're about to do, I assume.
Definitely, yeah. From what I've done so far, definitely all my hangouts with just different friends. But if I had to pick a official convention activity, yesterday I went and did this 2.5-hour screenwriting workshop. That was part of the Let's Make a Film track, and it was a lot of fun and really educational and run by some extremely smart people, and just kind of made my brain wrinkle. So
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is this the last thing you have, or do they have you scheduled for things on Sunday?
This is it. So
This is
tomorrow
it.
morning, I'm going to roll out of bed and go home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a panel still
Oh,
at
wow.
7:30 tonight. And it's going to be on video games that were made into films.
Wow.
And I'm realizing that you're an interesting person to talk to
Yes,
about this. So I
yes.
might pick your brain a little
We
bit
could
more
totally
after
talk.
this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Man, this has been so fun. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming by and chatting with us. We thought we'd
course.
catch up everybody on what you've been up to. Former
Yeah.
guests. Check out that Frankenstein episode if you haven't already, because Rachel's lovely. And thank you so much for chatting with us.
And it was great to meet you in person.
Oh my
for
gosh.
the first time.
So great
yeah.
to meet you in person.
So cool.
All right,
Thanks
good
again.
luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Good
Appreciate
luck.
it.
So, James, we are here on the final day. We've
Yeah.
done all our interviews. I still have a panel to go to, so I'm not quite done yet. But we're going to treat this as the end of the con.
Yeah.
I'm curious how your first WorldCon ended up being. What did you think of it? We did a live show. All kinds of craziness has happened.
It was amazing. It was super fun. It was so much. I mean, honestly, seeing all of the people that have come on the podcast, seeing them in person, getting to hug everybody, that was my favorite part.
So cool.
I think that it was also chaotic. You know,
Yeah.
we had a lot of stuff that we had to contend with, stuff that we had never done before for the podcast, and we got. I mean, just like Apple TV sent us a video at the last minute to throw into our Martha panel, and like it all worked out really well, and I felt like that was a like fun exclusive thing, and the
It's very
Martha
cool.
meeting Martha Wells and how like sweet and just witty and sharp she is, and just like being around her is so cool.
Yeah, it's been a wild one. Like I go to a lot of cons, but this one has been particularly kind of chaotic. We've been really busy, but also like this is the first time going on with you doing stuff as a podcast, so it's made it feel very unique and different. So it's really cool, and like I feel like I talked to you a lot about cons after the fact, to tell you all the people I talked to and interesting things that happened. But it's cool to like go through it with you now, and like you can see why it's both fun and also incredibly exhausting.
Yeah,
like I'm about to collapse right now. I feel like I'm so tired.
100%. I've done conventions before, but doing a convention like an industry more focused convention that's like it's very different. And then being on, I've never been on paneling before.
When you're like when you're on stuff, it adds a whole nother level because there's like you have commitments and responsibilities, and you want to like perform well in these things that you're on, so that you're not like banned from it forever.
Or so people don't think that I'm just like they're like that guy is.
You don't want to come off like a fool.
Nothing interesting to say. But I think all my panels went well.
They did.
The Martha stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I've seen you doing has been really good.
Thank you.
And then we've seen friends on panels and stuff. It's really fun.
Very cool.
Looking forward to hopefully doing it again in the future. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we're gonna try and pitch the kind of thing we did with Martha to some future conventions and see if we can get something like that going again. But yeah, this is going to be the end. So thank you all for checking this out. Hopefully this was interesting, seeing a little bit behind the scenes stuff at WorldCon. And I guess the only thing left to say until next time.
Keep adapting.
How do you start? 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Ink to Phone podcast.
Welcome.
Well, I mean, it's a bonus episode. Do we want to wait till these people
clap?
Wait till these people move?
Who's
Are they in
clapping?
frame? This is the behind the scenes of our WorldCon shoot. So nobody showed up to our birthday party. And we're on the 5th floor here.
It's weird because I can't hear anything, but I'm like, is it recording? I guess it is.
Oh, it's recording, yeah. Okay. We have the children there, and I feel bad that we had to tell them to be quiet. We've got people transitioning and moving around.
I think we're good.
All right. Yeah, is that not cool?
It's great.
All right,
it's fine.
This part?
I want it to be a little. I wanted
to
to be a little amateur. It's all right.
All right, let's do it. Ready? Awesome. Painless, right?
Slightly awkward. But
Painless.
I think that's the vibe.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe.